everyone. So I wanted to pick up this discussion from the blog post that I did the other day with regard to creativity and what it means to be stuck in a rut, and most importantly, how do we get out of it? If you read the blog post, if you haven't, go read it. It's on forward40.com/blog. And it's a post that stemmed from a question that I got from one of the followers of a private Facebook group that I have. And she said that she was stuck, and it manifested itself in her inability to communicate well with her employees, to feel motivated to resume her financial year. And she just felt as if whatever she was going through was manifesting itself in her business, and that was she was feeling stuck. Now, I, as you know, speak to a lot of female founders, small business owners, and I know that after the pivot, and you anticipate that they will come, you built it, and now you think that customers are going to come into your store or into your online world in droves, and it doesn't happen. And so you go into a tailspin, and you feel helpless, and you feel like giving up, and you feel stuck. So the business stuck also is aligned with the creative stuck, because I truly believe that creativity is not just under the purview of musicians and painters and actors and those types. I feel as small business owners and as custodians of our brands, we too look at creativity in peculiar ways, in the way we move through our businesses, in the way we find new solutions to old problems, in the way where we wade through murky waters and come out on the other side feeling stronger, more motivated than ever, because we found a solution. And when I think of creativity, and if I had to define creativity for small business owners like you and I would say that creativity is a new way of looking at an old situation. Heck, even the act of pivoting, your pivot, is an act of creativity in and of itself. And that's why I think creativity is our blood. And so when we are stuck in a creative rut, it almost feels as if this vampire came and sucked the very blood out of us. And so it's really important to get to the other side. And so I think there are certain fundamental questions that you have to ask yourself when you're in that space. Like, why am I here? Why am I feeling all this angst? How can I be happy in the moment, in a day, in a time? I think that's important, right? Other questions is, do I need help? Do I need help to get me through this period? There's so many questions, but I think it's all grounded to be able to find those answers. One solution to getting out of the creative rut is to have a period of self-reflection, to have an awareness that you're here, that you're there in the rut. And because it's only when you acknowledge that you firmly confront the feelings that you're having, and you firmly say that you're stuck and it's causing X, Y, and Z, then you can begin to take action. And so I believe that the first step is self-awareness that allows you to go internal and ask some really crucial questions of yourself. And then when you give yourself a period to come out of that internal space, I also believe the answer is in action. And maybe it's because I'm so action oriented. I find that every time I take an action towards a goal, towards getting me out of something or getting me in something, then I feel so much better. I feel more alive. My creative juices starts to flow. But how do you do that? One way that I find my sense of self again is that I do a digital detox. Now, I work in digital. My life is digital. I have a digital business. And yet I find it so crucial to step away and not create any content. The periods where you find that I'm not creating content is periods of search for my peace. And I love digital, but I also know its impact on my brain. And I'm sure you are aware of the impact on your own. And I know that some of you look to other influencers, creators, business owners, and see them so far ahead of you and can become depressed. And maybe that's their season of abundance. But if their season of abundance is causing you anxiety, is causing you to be stifled, then it's time to switch off. Your season is coming, guaranteed. But if it's causing you mental injury, then it's time to switch off. Believe it or not, I truly believe in the power of conversation. I think that once you have a like-minded community that you can step up and say, this is what I'm feeling. Has anybody gone through this? Or having private conversations with someone. Because believe you me, every emotion, every feeling, every pain point that you are experiencing right now in that creative rut, where you feel like giving up, someone else has gone through that and knows how to get out. And so whether that's girl talk, whether that's talk with a therapist, whether that's talk with your pastor, someone you admire, someone who's a little bit further ahead than you, then go ahead and have those conversations. Now, one of the things that I love that I know for sure gets me out of a rut is when I exercise. Now, as hard as it is to put on the exercise clothes, to find the YouTube workout, to hit the gym, to go for a walk outdoors, to get into that mindset, once you've gotten into that mindset, the hardest part to get to that mindset, once you do what it is needed to get your body moving, oh my gosh, boy oh boy, is that the game changer. And you do it constantly and consistently and every day, whether it's a 10-minute walk or an hour cardio class. Believe you me, the endorphins that flood your body continuously has this sort of residual effect that carries forward day after day after day. And when those endorphins of happiness and joy and the ability to lift a weight that was heavier than you did yesterday, that physical resilience goes into your mental resilience as well. I was talking to my girlfriend this morning, and she said that how she was feeling a sense of self-unworthiness at the start of the pandemic. And then she came up with creative solutions to find a sense of purpose within her business. And so she created programs that helped those who, along with her company, that helped those in communities who were going through various things, whether that's not having food or not having the right social outlets and so forth. And she came up with this program. And so the ability to volunteer and to help those in need also positions you to see how fortunate you are, even though you are stuck. And that's bad in and of itself. But there are people who are going through so much challenges that are bread and butter issues. And if you can help those, if you can volunteer and help those, then suddenly it gives perspective. And I think perspective is so important when you are in a rut. I'm not negating those who are deep in a rut and need help. But sometimes all you need is perspective to change and shift your energy and change the alignment. I am so psyched to hear about what you think about being stuck. Let me know in the comment box below. How do you get unstuck? When you are in a creative rut, how do you shift the energy and feel realigned and get going again? Mwah. Until next Monday. Bye.